Okay, so welcome back. We have question 40 from the second chapter of the Mechanics of Materials by Beer and Johnson, and we have these three steel rods that each has elastic modulus of 200 gigapascal and supports a 36 kilonewton load P, which is applying at point E. And we know each of the rods A, B, and CD has 200 millimeters squared cross-sectional area, and EF also has a 625 millimeters squared cross-sectional area. And neglecting the deformation of BED, so we're going to assume that BED is a rigid body that it's not going to get deformed. And we need to determine the change in the length of rod EF and also the stress in each of these three rods. So first of all, for finding this stress in each of them, we need to figure out the force first. And what I'm going to do is that I'm going to draw the free body diagram for all the forces that are applying in this member BED. And the force P is going to push down BED, which means the two members AB and CD will be in tension. So this is going to be the force that is in each of them. We can call it FAB, FCD, and that's going to push the rod EF underneath, which means this rod is going to try to push it up and call this FEF. So based on the symmetry of the figure, you can figure out that FAB is actually equal to FCD. Our equilibrium equations are working in here, and this was because of the symmetry. And as I said, our equilibrium equations are working here. So obviously there is no forces in x direction. We only have forces in y direction, and if we do sum of all forces in y equals 0, we have FAB plus FCD, which I said they are the same force. So 2FAB plus FEF minus P is equal 0, or these two are equal to 36 kilonewtons. So that's one equation that we have. And again, we need to figure out the force in each of these members in order to figure out the elongation. That's one equation. The other equation that we have, so we are dealing with elongation in here too. And we can see that elongation of AB would be the force times the length over area over elastic modulus. And this is going to be same as CD, because the force is the same length, same area, same material. So these two are technically the same. But because the note that we have in the question that we neglected the formation of the bar BED, so this is not going to turn to something like this. It's going to stay the way it is. And if that's the case, the deformation of AB is also equal to the formation of EF. And that's going to be our second equation in order to find the two forces that we have. So for AB, we have FAB, the length. So I'm just going to plug in the numbers in the formula that we have for each. FAB, the length of AB is 500 millimeters, so 0.5 meter over the area of the AB. We had 200 millimeters squared, or 200 times 10 to the minus 6 meters squared. Elastic modulus 200 gigapascal, so 200 times 10 to the 9 pascal. And on the right side of the equation, we have the deformation of EF. We have the force of EF times the length is 0.4 meter. It's 400 millimeters, so 0.4 meter. We have a different area for this one is 625 millimeters squared, so times 10 to the minus 6 to get it in meters squared, and we're gonna have the same elastic modulus actually. So this is gonna give us the relationship between FAB and FEF. I'm just gonna put the final answer here just to make the video a bit shorter, but if we calculate that, we're gonna get the FAB is equal to 0.256 of the FEF, and that's going to be our second equation. We just have to plug in FAB in the main equation in here. So what we're going to get, we have 2 FAB, which is 2 times 0.2.656 FEF plus FEF is equal to 36 kilonewtons. And from here we can find FEF. Let's just calculate this. So if you factor FEF in here, it's going to be 2 times 0.256 plus 1. And we're going to have 36 divided by that answer. So our FEF is going to be 23.81 kilonewtons. So now that we have FEF, easy enough to find FAB. Our FAB would be basically this value times 0.256, and our FAB would be 6.095, or we can just put it 6.1 kilonewtons. So now we have each of the forces. Finding the stress in each of them is pretty easy. For finding the stress, we basically have the force FEF divided by area. That's going to be the stress in the EF. So the force is 23.81 kilonewton. I'm just going to multiply this by 1000 to get it in Newton, divided by area of the EF was 625. So 625 times 10 to the minus 6 meters squared. That's going to give us the Pascal force. We're just going to consider this as our megapascals. So we just have to divide the other ones. 2381 divided by 625. That's going to be 38.096. And for the stress in AB or the stress in the CD, again, same force, same area, so it will be the same FAB divided by the area. So the force was 6.1 divided by the area was 200 millimeters squared, and that needs 1002. Let's see what we get for this one. 6100 divided by 200, that's going to be 30.5 megapascal. These are the answers for the B part. And for the A part, the question is asking for the deformation in EF, or actually the change in the length of EF. So we are looking for the value of the change, and we can see that the rod is in compression. So the change in the length would be what we have in here. Instead of FEF, we just have to put the value that we had for FEF, so 23.81, so 23.81 times 10 to the 3. This ratio is going to give us the deformation of the EF. You can just calculate it very quick. 23.81 times 1000 times 0.4 divided by 625 times 200 times another 1000. Actually, those two will be cancel out with each other. So that's going to be 0.076 times 10 to the minus 3 meter, or if we can report it as millimeter, it's going to be 0.076 millimeter. And yeah, that's the answer for the A part of the question, where the question is asking for the change. You might brought up the issue so far that since this length, these two links that we have, AB and CD, are basically in tension, why don't we, and we know when it's tension, the maximum shear stress happens where the pins are located. But the question is not defining the diameter of the pins. That's why we don't consider that area. We just consider the area that the question is giving. The question is giving us 200 millimeters squared, and yeah, that's why. So don't get confused by why we are not subtracting the area of the pin, we don't have any information, and the question is not asking about the maximum stress on each rod. So hope everything was clear. Let me know if you guys have any questions. You guys take care. We'll see you in the next video. Have a good one.